No, I would say for the last, I'm watching it. I don't well, I'm sorry, but basically it's much.
Okay,
That's what I know. If she's telling the sweetheart, all you need to do is come out. It was just, like, Facebook. And supplementally be.
huh? It's still plugged in. Maybe we could. Oh, okay. Well, I'm going live just a second. No, not a problem. Take it out. Just tell them meditation's coming and to make sure I could go live, so I did.
All right, I'll make it 2 and I'll be right back.
Do you know what you need to say?
All right.
Ready, except downloading her thing.
Good morning.
Thank you. That's right. Okay. Okay, so, okay. Tell you what, hold on. There you go.
I can't see that. That's so tiny. Oh, I gotta practice this thing here. Gosh. It's early.
During the week when I gotta work, I'm up at 5:15.
Wow. I wouldn't want to be you.
There's a transition informational meeting for everyone. This email.
All right.
As far as I know, this firm is in.
Is that the way you guys like it like that?
Hey, good morning. Happy New Year.
Hey, Sheriff. Is that the way you guys like it like that?
That's fine, yeah.
Okay. I'm trying to practice because you got to do two things at the same time. And you,
Yeah, I'm just waiting to get our slideshow that I'll have to follow, I guess.
where is it?
He's getting it. She has to make it smaller. It was too big. That's why we couldn't get
Oh.
it in. There you go. Thank you, Liz, so much.
How much more time I have to practice?
Huh?
How much more time I have to practice?
Oh, we're starting to, well, she comes on for meditation, so we'll want to set her on the meditation chair right there.
For that. 6? Good. Okay, I'm gonna just practice now.
Okay,
I gotta make it a memory tonight.
yeah, we're okay.
I might get anxiety with it.
Don't, if you're gonna, just tell me.
You don't know.
Well,
But even when I have anxiety, I have to keep going.
that's true.
But I have to try to practice.
That's good too.
That's why I'm trying to rehearse. This thing is got the camera up, and
Sure, good enough.
I'm not that smooth yet.
That's all right, you practice, and then if I need you to do something while we're doing it, I'll tell you.
Okay, tell me now, like you in church.
You're fine.
No, I mean, cause you can't talk that loud.
Oh, pull it back.
Let me hear it. Right?
There you go. Forward.
Okay,
do
I
it
just,
that way.
I just put your hands
Right.
forward and
left. Right and left. So that's how we'll do it. Cool.
Right now, there she is. Like that.
That's fine. Or back a little.
I'm very into much into intimacy.
There you go.
It's not as intimate.
You're doing fine.
Well, you gotta give people a little intimacy, you know, that's not, at least for a few, some,
Well, there's a chair you can use if you need to.
yeah, I got one. So what I'm doing is, this is what I'm doing this. Wait a minute, that's not on me, this one at the top, the comments. Oh, I'm make sure I'm in, I gotta make sure I'm in. Oh, yeah, I'm in.
Better come in.
Oh. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, Karen.
Hi, how are you?
How about you?
We are already live. Oops, I forgot the switch. Switch. Hi.
Okay, we have to
Okay,
be
maybe
quiet
that-
now. She's gonna start
that-
meditate. Okay, no talking. Put it on her. Whoop, here. And then zoom in a little on her. And lower it down. There you go. You're doing well. You're doing very well.
Glad you came.
Oh.
Good morning. My name is Lisa Curry. I'm a practitioner here at the Rio Grande Center for Spiritual Living. We'll be taking us through a guided meditation this week that will asked
to
about
watch
some
the hunt for
questions.
returns.
I
That's that everybody just take a minute,
and
silence
their
their phones,
or
or
any
your
other electronic
devices,
so
so
that
that
we
we
can
can
have
have
quiet during the meditation.
Imagine yourself in the woods. You're walking along a trail. The trail is very level and it is very, feels very safe. You're surrounded by trees and mountains. I'm assuming you could hold on just a minute.
By
The stream, you can hear it tinkling.
And I invite you
To
to
just
breathe in and breathe out. You take in the colors that are around you, the greens, the blues, the purples, the yellows. You
taking all the things that are around you. Trees,
flowers, the grass in the meadow, the blue water in the lake.
even all these which are birds and birds, so the chicken, scenery, like you, your favorite. Look at shifting up in your city. During this meditation, I invite you to join me, or just walk along this path. As we're walking, we come upon a spirit guide. The spirit guide can be form of a person, an animal, just breathe into the mystery of who you are. As you're walking, you see your spirit guide. You know you've seen your spirit guide because you feel a sense of being, safety. As you're walking, that's right. Remember that is a blank. That's spirit guiding just like spirit guide will be there with you to keep you safe while you go deeper and deeper into this meditation. Breathe in. Breathe out.
And as you
Should
breathe
be
out,
that.
release any expectations that you have
All this experience.
Breathe in
And
and breathe out. Let your thoughts
put them away.
as the
All
wind
the
is
experience.
truth
Truth away.
and know that any
Questions
questions
that you might have
of
of
God
or
or
your
your
higher
higher
power.
power, however you call it, will be answered.
Truly, all we have to do is release them. Release them.
Let them go. As
Stop
thoughts pop
talking
into
to
your
your
head,
head.
let them go. Release and breathe. And as any thoughts pop into your head, just let them go. Release them. Have them flow away from you like the running water. Breathe. Release. as you hear voices, you know that you are still safe. You are in your bubble of protection. You just let them go. Let any extraneous noises you hear, the whistling, the whispering, it's all part of the process. Let it go. invite you to start coming back to that safe place, that meadow, your spirit guide, and to start becoming aware of your body as you move back to the physical space that you're in, to the sanctuary. You begin to feel the chair beneath you, your feet firmly on the ground, and you breathe in, and you breathe out. You breathe in, and you breathe out. And as you are comfortable coming back into your physical body, you can slowly open your eyes if that feels right. Thank you.
Check 1, 2, check 3, 4, check, 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 check. Mm-hmm. Oh, check 3, 4. I'm gonna let you start it. I got the key you were in, so. No, I'll play it. I'll play it for you right before you sing. Okay. You have a nice voice. Thanks for sharing. Yeah. We were talking about the space between us all and the people who hide themselves behind a wall of illusion, never glimpse the truth, then it's far too late when they pass away. We weren't talking about the love we all could share when we find it, to try our best to hold it there with our love, with our love. We could change the world if they only knew.
Good morning, Rio Grande Center for Spiritual Living. Come on, you can do better than that. All right, good, thank you. At least I know you're awake. I'm still waking up myself. I'm Brian Kurtz. My pronouns are he and him, and I'm grateful to see everybody here today. Grateful for the folks who are online today. Grateful to be in a congregation where we get to listen to Beatles music to like set the tone for the morning. It's pretty darn cool. Thank you in advance for turning off all your noisemakers, beepers, poppers, and anything else that might take anyone away from their sacred experience this morning. Again, if you're joining online, thank you. We've got closed captioning for folks who need that assistance. And together we are transforming our world with the power of love in action. Thank you. I love that. It's like the guy doing the concert and everybody's singing along. I love it. I want to take a moment to honor the folks who are embodying love in action today. But before I do that, it's Birthday Sunday. For everybody whose birthday is in January, it's Special Hat Sunday. I'm wearing my most special hat that I got with my sweetie in California a while back. It's also Bring a Friend Sunday today. Our musical inspiration is Susan Clark and Kent Pinsenbarger doing their thing. Thank you guys for bringing you. Our tech team today is Cheryl Ray and Sue and KJ helping out. Our greeter, Sherry Noon's been handing out bulletins and newsletters and class and event stuff. Please check that out. Our food angels are Mike Hacker and Nancy Bowers. The Spirit-Bound Bookstore today is being staffed by Gilbert and Liz. Thank you guys for being that. And by the way, there's still stuff on sale, I think, in the bookstore, and a whole bunch of really cool stuff brought to you, in part at least, by members of our congregation. We've got books, we've got craft stuff, we've got other products that helps not only those people who bring it, but also to the bookstore. Thank you for checking that out, and please go in. Lots of stuff going on. I'll talk more about it in a minute, but in the meantime, know that we need volunteers. So see Carol Ann Armijo about that. Kim Peabody is our healer on duty today. Thank you, Kim. Our volunteer of the month is Linda Fellion. I don't see Linda here. Is Linda here? Okay, good. So Linda's walking in here in just a second. It wasn't her? Yeah, it is her. It is her. Linda's walking in with the white hat. Linda's our volunteer of the month. Linda's not one of those people you necessarily see like around the center, but she's doing a ton of stuff behind the scenes and helping people out and just sort of embodying what our compassion ministry is all about. So thank you, Linda, for being you, just for being you in the world. It's pretty darned amazing. Holding our service in consciousness and prayer today will be Lisa and Carmela and any other practitioners who are floating around doing what they do, holding space and making sure everything goes beautifully. Dr. Michelle Coleman will be leading us in our opening prayer and sharing the reading for the day, and Nancy Bowers will host our celebration. And our inspirational message is going to be Reverend Gio Downer, who's in. Thank you, Reverend Gio, for being here. He was in New Mexico, left to become a New Thought minister. Now he's back in New Mexico, I guess waiting to see how everything is going to unfold and what God has in store. But I'm really grateful he's here today. Today it's going to be hard for me. My very favorite New Thought tradition is Whitestone Sunday, which is today. And for me, the whole ceremony is beautiful, and it helps to ground me in what the rest of my year is going to look like. And over the last 8 to 10 years of doing Whitestone ceremonies, it's really been a very powerful thing for me. So I'm going to invite everybody not to just like do the ceremony, but be the ceremony and have that really sink in and ground you in what the rest of your year might look like and see what thoughts emerge. You bet. I want to remind you of Reverend Yvette's message, in my transformation, I never walk alone. Pretty big. Along that line, we have a class coming up on Thursday nights, January 22nd, all the way through March the 26th. Thursday evenings, 6:30 to 9 Mountain Time, 5:30 to 8 Pacific Time. The investment in yourself will be $125, and it's going to be led by Dr. Sunshine Michelle Coleman, not to be confused with our own ray of sunshine, Dr. Michelle Coleman. And she's the senior minister at Oakland CSL, and our own Reverend Gill, who's our spiritual director here at Rio Grande CSL. Go to your bulletin, click the QR code, and check that out. Coming up in Reno, April 7th through the 10th, is the annual CSL Spiritual Living Conference. The theme's going to be Together in Joy, Honoring, Connecting, and Growing. Early bird pricing for that ends this coming Wednesday. So please go to your bulletin, check it out. In your bulletin is also a link to how to do that, how to check that out. One of the biggest things coming up over the next couple of months for us is we're going to be moving to a new location. And I don't know about you, but I'm really excited about it. If you haven't been to the space, there will be opportunities probably to go check it out and watch the transformation happening. But we need a lot of folks to help make that happen. We've got an incredible leadership team, professional project manager people, Sherry Noon, Maria Dion, Carol March. We got, and there are going to be many sub-teams to help make it happen. So please check with Carol and Sherry and Maria about what you might be able to do. There's going to be a meeting on Tuesday evening. There was an email that went out. If you haven't gotten the email, check with one of us on the board or whomever to get the details on that. But Tuesday evening, 5:30 to 6:30, will be a really important how the move is going to take place. There's a ton to do. We need everyone's help, so please be at that meeting if you can, or start asking a bunch of questions that hopefully we'll be able to answer. Brian, remember that it's on Zoom. And it's, yes, thank you. The meeting is on Zoom. It's not here. So if you're wondering about how to get access to that, see us. I've got the meeting ID and password and whatnot. And Cheryl Ray? It is in the bulletin as well. Thank you. I folded 50 of them last night, but I didn't read all of it. You know, volunteers, right? We're worth all you pay us. Anyway, today's Journey of One. There's a book called The Way of Mastery. Reverend Gio is going to be in this meeting too with Reverend Michelle, Dr. Michelle. You can go to the site christmind.info to check out some of the details about this book, but they're going to be covering, I think, chapter 1, the way of mastery. And also, check out the CSL newsletter. If you're not getting the CSL newsletter, there's actually, I think, a link in this week's RGCSL newsletter to get on there. Solid Ground's coming up is my favorite band that shows up to Solid Ground. They're called the Watermelon Jug Band. How many people know about the Watermelon Jug Band? Jug, because it is a jug band. Kazoos, wash tub bass, you know, it's banjo player is like a 5-time New Mexico Best Banjo Player in the State Award winner. Everybody in the band is like multi-instrumentalists, vocalists. They're really talented to be able to, I mean, it's kind of like the rodeo clowns that have to be incredibly skillful to be that goofy. These guys are incredibly skillful to be that goofy. So come and check them out Friday night. Doors open 6:30, shows 7 to 9. Congregation and helps the musicians. And thank you. Oh, I'll let you do the elegant exit because you'll describe it much better than I. Yeah, come on up. And I'm done. Thank you, guys. Look at you going upstairs.
I know, first time, really? Yeah, it's been a while. So what I'm here to talk about is the fact that we all have our future eventually that we're going to pass on. And it would be great if you had the ideas of what it is you want to have your, toward the end of your life, what you want it to look like. And the thing of it is you need to fill out paperwork and designate somebody to take care of all of the details. And if you haven't talked with them about it, how are they going to know what you want? And it creates some problems for families. So I have been teaching this 4-week class. It's called Preparing for an Elegant Exit, and it will be on January 20th for 4 weeks, 20th, 27th, February 3rd and 10th at 7 Mountain Time. We've also invited a number of other CSLs, so there'll be people from all over, especially the West area, that will be on the call as well. And we'll be discussing, your future healthcare decisions, how to communicate that with your family or whoever your designated person is, and complete these essential documents. So I really encourage you to take this. If you haven't done something and you should, it's a great way to kind of give you a nudge to get going with that and just take care of it. Okay? Thank you. Yes, it is on Zoom, and there is an early bird price of $99 until the 11th. And then after that, it's $125. It's open to anybody 18 and over. You don't have to be old to complete your paperwork, okay? Old is, in my mind, old is 20 years older than me, so that's getting up there, Anyway, anything else? I think that's it. There's a registration link in the newsletter and also on your bulletin. Okay, thank you.
Oh. All right. If you say it's a song, we shall have a song. Where does the invocation come in? Is it after the song? Right now, I bet. All right.
Welcome to our world. Good morning and Happy New Year. Am I doing chimes? Welcome everyone. As we come together to remember the truth of who we are, that there is only one, and that one expresses through and as each one of us. And sometimes the way that the one shows up is to call us when we start to forget the truth of who we are, and we have an experience that doesn't feel like we're connected, that we're an expression of source, love, unity, high frequency, the best of who we are and what we bring. And when we have those experiences, we are to stop and remember the truth, that we're all connected, that there is only one, and that we are here to express that love through our interactions, through our thoughts, through our energy, through our connection with one another. And I give thanks for each of you in stepping forward and realizing and being willing to support one another in living into this truth of who we are. And today we have a ceremony we are so blessed with that helps us consciously release what no longer serves us, release what is not the truth of us, as we get called into our innocence, our ability to start over, to start anew, to allow Source to express through and as us through our white stone ceremony. And I give thanks that I have a community of like-minded people who come together to remember the truth of who we are and to remind one another just by how we show up of this truth. And I invite you in joining me in releasing this prayer as we say together, and so it is.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Michelle. Thank you very much. And now we will have a song. And if you would like to stand, that's great. This is kind of a... It's kind of like that groove, right? Floating. Yeah, it's like floating. Now, I had a couple ideas about how to do this song. One of them was to split the room up. There are 2 parts, but I'm not sure I want to do that. I'm still deciding. So what I'm going to do, Kent and I are going to teach you both of the parts. And then I think we'll just let you pick which one resonates with you, and we'll see how it goes. This is by Melissa Felipe, and it's called I Am Remembering Who I Am. And that is the entire lyric. Okay? You want to say that? I am remembering who I am. Okay? So you got it. And there are a couple different melodic lines that go with this, so we're going to demonstrate that to you right now. I am remembering who I am. I am remembering who I am again. I am remembering who I am. I am remembering who I am. So this is kind of interactive. While you're singing those words, can you try to remember who you are while you're singing? I am remembering who I am. 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 All right, as promised, here's the second part. I am remembering. I am remembering. I am remembering. I am remembering. So whichever one you like. So Kent is doing the first part, and I'll do the second part maybe. 2, 1, 2, 3. I am remembering. I am remembering. I am remembering. I am remembering. Now, you know, my favorite part is if you can sing just a little bit louder so I can hear it and blend with it, that would make my morning extra special. So let's try it again. I am remembering who I am. I am remembering who I am. I am remembering. I am remembering. I am remembering who I am. I am remembering who I am. I am remembering. I am remembering. Now let's go back to that first line that Kent was singing, and let's all sing it together. I am remembering who I am. I am remembering who I am.
Good morning, Rio Grande Center for Spiritual Living. Thank you for reminding me, Susan, because I need to remember who I am when I'm up here. So I'm very, very grateful. So, welcome to Rio Grande Center for Spiritual Living, a place where we honor all names for God, all paths to God, and all expressions of God. All faiths are welcome. None is required. My name is Nancy Bowers. I'm a spiritual practitioner here at the center, and my pronouns are she and her. And I'm your celebration host this morning. And it's not a job that I do a lot, so. But I'm practicing, so thank you for your indulgence. In this spiritual community, we are anchored in the principles of science of mind and new thought, ageless wisdom. And what we teach can be distilled down to a few basic concepts. First, there's only one. There's one power in the universe that is known by many names, and each of us is an expression of that one power, the divine. Number two, we enhance our awareness of divinity through prayer, play, meditation, learning, creativity, and service. Number three, our thoughts are creative. We need to remember that. Because what we hold in thought impacts our experience. By changing our thinking, we can change our lives. Number four, we know that everything in life is either an expression of love or a call for love, as they tell us in A Course in Miracles. No exceptions. Sometimes it looks messy, but it's still love. I know. What the heck? That's what happens when you don't judge it. It just, you understand that it's all love. Finally, number five. Each of us arrives here on the planet whole, perfect, and complete. You are a divine being that can only reflect the ever-expanding nature and perfection of the universe. So what a wonderful day we have here together as we gather in community. We are blessed by the richness of your presence. Thank you. Thank you for showing up. I see we have a pretty full house. That's nice. Everybody wants to do the white stone ceremony, and that just proves to you that we are anchored in new thought, ageless wisdom, because this is really more of a unity thing, but we do it because we like it. And unity, religious science is pretty much the same. Anyway, so if you're here for the first time, and there may be a few people here for the first time, I don't recognize everybody, or you're here for the second or third time, and you would like to be recognized, you are welcome to stand, because we are going to give a blessing to everybody in the community. So, yeah, exactly, Rev Gio. We're going to rub our hands together. If you want to stand up to receive this blessing, do that. If you don't, we love you anyway. And we're going to reach out and tell you, we see you. We know who you really are. You are a divine emanation of spirit. You are perfect just as you are. We love you, and we welcome you home. Thank you. All right. Okay, now I think it's time for Michelle. Thank you, Michelle.
All right, we are honored today to be able to have the white stone ceremony. And so if you did not get a stone when you came in, okay. Woo, woo. All righty, so I'm going to add, thanks, Brian. Can you help? Yes, so you need a stone and a pencil. You need a writing instrument also, so there can be two people helping. You will definitely need that. And there are more stones under the table if the basket gets empty, because those stones are kind of heavy. Thank you. All right, reading this morning while we're getting stones and a pencil. Pencils, thank you. And so everyone who raised their hand to get a stone, make sure you also get a pencil. Sherry's coming around, okay. Because you'll need an instrument to write. And those online, you can choose whatever, you can choose the writing instrument you wish, and if you, could they use a piece of paper? If they don't have a stone? Yes. A white piece of paper so that you can join us in our ceremony. So the reading today is from Awakening to Your Magnificence, Your Journey into the Next New Frontier by Jane and Philip Montrose. We are going to end the Sunday talk today going into meditation so you can hear what quality is asking to be expressed through and as you this year. And I'm going to do the meditation through the heart. So this reading is about the significance of the heart so that you understand why we're doing it that way. The heart holds the key to understanding higher truths of our existence, rising into new ways of being in the world, and ultimately to embracing our true identities as magnificent masters in the making. Magnificent masters in the making. That's who you are. Recent discoveries from the HeartMath Institute and elsewhere are starting to provide clear evidence that the key for accelerating spiritual development lies in the heart. And awareness of the importance of the heart is becoming much more common. It's a glorious journey of bringing spirit fully into form that is available to us all now. More and more of us are in the process of waking up from the illusion of fear and separation on the earth plane into a new way of being in the world. This includes a state of oneness with our Creator, where love becomes our guiding force. The importance of the heart has also been highlighted in some esoteric traditions that describe a threefold flame in the heart. Wisdom and power of the Creator that reside within us. In some religious traditions, it is described as the Holy Trinity of Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. In any case, this spiritual flame is the essence of our connection to the divine. Thank you. I just invite you to take that in to silence. Let that resonate with you for a couple of minutes, and then Susan and Kent will lead us in song.
Well, the problem is not what you haven't got. You've got everything you need, and the proof can be found springing from the ground. There's a mighty tree from just a little seed. Now what we want here is to get very clear and put our heart's desire first. Till we make up our mind, we're sure to find the questioning voice of the universe, asking what is is your intention? What do you want to do? Tell me what is your intention? What can I do for you? And what is your intention? What do you want to be? And what? Just tell me what will make you free. Well, you don't need to know just how it's gonna go. Give the details up for now. When there's nothing between you and your dream, there's more important than the when, where, or how. 'Cause life's precious gold is an ember in our soul, waiting to become a fire. And no matter the choice, there's always a voice saying, I will give you more than you can desire. Just tell me what is your intention? What do you want to do? Tell me what is your intention? What can I do for you? Tell me what is your intention? What do you want to be? And what? Just tell me what will make you free. Oh, do it here, ask it now, make it clear just exactly how. And tell me what is your intention? What do you want to do? Tell me what is your attention? What can we do for you? Tell me what is your intention? What do you want to be? And what? Just tell me what will bring you peace. Oh, tell me what. Just tell me what will make you free. Whoa, what is your intention? Thank you.
Thank you, Susan. That was beautiful. Thank you, Kent. Okay, so now it is my pleasure to introduce to you our speakers for the day. We have a Unity minister, Reverend Geo Downer, and our very own licensed Unity teacher, Dr. Michelle Coleman, who will be leading us in our White Stone ceremony today. And I'm going to let you take it away. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Maybe.
Good morning. I'm going to make some unsettling noises, so just to prepare you, don't be distracted by that. Don't pay attention to the man behind the curtain either. So we're engaged in the White Stone ceremony. This is also known as the White Stone celebration, if you'd like to. I do want to be certain that everyone in the sanctuary has had the opportunity to select a stone and to also to select a writing implement. You don't have to use this pencil. You can go home and use your Sharpie instead, or both. Thank you. I want to take a moment to honor a couple of things. I was so incredibly moved by Brian showing us his heart just a little while ago, and how this is his favorite sacrament, his favorite ceremony that we do in New Thought. And what I want to do is ask all of us to be open to our heart in the moment. Earlier this week, I was in conversation with someone about doing the White Stone ceremony at Rio Grande Centers for Spiritual Living, and they said, "Oh, I did that. I did that at Unity. I don't need to go." And I had no interest in arguing with him because he clearly already decided what that was about, and he'd already done it. It was all taken care of. So this morning you might be getting, if you've done a White Stone in the past, you might be wondering, well, these are not the little rectangles that we normally get. They're not little boxes that we can confine ourselves into. What am I going to do with this? So my plea, my request of you is that you open yourself up into a new experience this morning. That you not define yourself or confine yourself by your previous experience. Now, that seems a little bit in contradiction to what we do in intelligence and in mind, right? When we talk about science of mind, please notice that that last word is capitalized. We're talking about big M mind, which is the vastness and all the intelligence that's contained in the entirety of the universe. Most of us get rewards. Most of us get a lot of really good stuff from living within small m mind. Well, I know that 2 + 2 is equal to 4. That I get good stuff from knowing that. There's all kinds of different things that we go about in our life. We know that we stop at a red light. And that there's a lot of really wonderful things that come as a result of stopping at the red light. That's small m mind. But big mind allows you to flow and move with no confines, with no limitation. So that's what I'm inviting you into this morning. That's what Dr. Coleman and I are inviting you into this morning, into a new experience and a new way of being. I'm also going to mention that I had the opportunity to select my own stone. And when Brian brought the basket up, I saw this little one back in the back. Brian was going to hand me a stone, and I selected this one instead. It's broken. I've been told it a few times in my life that I'm broken. I've told myself a few times in my life that I'm broken. This stone has an immense amount of character. It has its own innate, wondrous beauty, unexpected in the ways that I previously experienced it. So I'm not suggesting that you got the wrong stone. I am suggesting that I got the right stone for me. So I want you to invite yourself to ask yourself, did I get the right stone for me? I'm suggesting that you did. You don't need to turn your stone in. You do have the right and perfect stone for you. Now, you might be asking yourself, so why are we using stones? What is that all about? And I'm going to get to that in just a little bit. But first, you might be wondering, who is this guy? Rev Geo Downer? I've never heard of him. And if you're here at Centers for Spiritual Living, you haven't seen me around here except for just a few times. Just the other night, I had the beautiful experience of coming to the Burning Bowl. Mike made this amazing, glorious fire out here. And Nancy conducted the Burning Bowl in order for us to tap into what it is that we'd like to release. So this guy lived in New Mexico until 2010, where I received guidance, where I offered myself into the service of Unity Ministry. I'd been stirring and hearing the voices telling me it's time to move on into something new. It's time to redefine yourself. And I got the opportunity to move to Hawaii, to enter into a ministerial internship program. The school had not been established. And I actually had a friend here in New Mexico tell me, you need to get some guarantees. You don't know what you're stepping into. You need to find out what's going to happen as a result of you entering into this program. And I had to wonder, how many times have I limited myself and limited my experience when I was expectant of a guarantee? How many times have I done things that were safe, all in the interest of making sure that I could fit in the little boxes, just like those stones that most of us have seen before? You know, I need to be sure that it's safe. I don't want a broken stone, or do I? Do I want a broken stone? Open your heart this morning. Open your mind. Move from the small m mind into the big capital mind. I served in a spiritual community from 2010 until 2024. I became a minister after attending a school called Unity National School of the Pacific Rim, which was founded 3 years after I got there. So if I was expecting to find a guarantee, if I was wanting to make really safe choices, I didn't follow along with that very well. I knew when I left New Mexico in 2010 that I would return home. This is my home. Home is where your heart is, and my heart is definitely here in New Mexico. I'm actually probably going to go long today. I'm recognizing that I've gone off on some sort of weird tangent. And Michelle's kind of looking at me like, what's he doing? And the camera's having a lot of trouble. Thank you, KJ, for trying to keep up with me. I really appreciate that. But I'm going to invite you into an experience that was something of significance in Hawaii. I'm going to share a Hawaiian phrase, and I'm not going to ask you to repeat it because it's kind of tough. It's a lot tougher than Spanish from time to time. E como mai I kupu'u vai, which means welcome home to your heart. And I'm going to ask you to take that phrase, in addition to the affirmation that we're going to use today, to remember that no matter where you go, no matter where you might find yourself, you are at home in God. You have never left the innocence and perfection that you were born into. Other people have told you that you did. They've pointed to your brokenness, but your brokenness is actually the beauty and the wonder and the perfection of who you are as a divine, magnificent being. So I'm going to ask you this morning, we're inviting you, encouraging you to follow guidance. And that guidance might feel unsafe. You might be going somewhere where they haven't even established a school, and they won't for another 3 years. But I'm going to ask you to remember that you are at home in God. I'm going to ask you to trust the infinite spirit that is unfolding in you and as you. Now, I told you I was going to go off on another tangent. So here it is. This morning has been spectacular because my favorite Beatles song is The Way We Began. Within You, Without You. Do you have a favorite? Most of us have a favorite Beatles song, but very few people have Within You, Without You. But it's so, Susan, you are amazing. You are true. It was so perfect for me because everything that's happening within you is happening outside of you too. All of what we do within us is view our perspective and our perception out here. So that's what this opening of our heart in the form of a white stone is meant to invite us into. So if we could advance the slides, I'm not sure how we're supposed to do that. Should I tap my head twice? Would that help to advance the slides? Ah, okay. Hopefully I'm going to be engaging and interesting enough in order to keep your attention. Okay, so we're looking at the reason why we use a white stone. And there's a passage that comes from the Revelation of John, the 2nd chapter, the 17th verse. But before I read that, I'm going to notice that there's probably a few people who are already triggered. The Bible? Why are we reading the Bible? This is Sinners for Spiritual Living. Revelation? Oh, that's weird. That's that weird chapter. That's the end of the Bible. I don't want to do this. I'm going to ask you to move outside of the confine of that. I'm going to ask you to move outside of whatever damage you might have experienced around that. And open your heart and open your mind into what this reveals to us today. From the Revelation of John, the 2nd chapter, the 17th verse, this is the Message translation, which is by far one of my favorite translations of Scripture today. Are your ears awake? Listen. Listen to the wind words, the Spirit blowing through the churches. I'll give the sacred manna to every conqueror. I'll also give a clear, smooth stone inscribed with your new name, your secret new name.
Wait, Gia. Why, if I'm getting a new name, why does it have to be secret?
Oh, thank you for asking that question. That's really important. Well, it's not one that you have to keep secret. You can do that. If you want to keep it sacred and secret within you, and you want to commit it within yourself and not share it with anyone else, you're certainly welcome to do that. But it's secret in that you haven't known it up until now. If you're open to a new revelation, to a new awakening, to a new awareness, it has been secret. And now it's revealed. So when we go into the meditation, that will reveal the secret. There's something more?
Yeah, as I'm listening to you, what I'm thinking is, if I were to tell everybody, that kind of, I don't know, minimizes it, gets me off the hook. I did it already, as opposed to instead of telling you, I live it. Let my actions communicate.
Exactly.
What I got.
Yeah, we get to actually live this. This is, this is really wonderful. We've all heard about this white stone ceremony. The friend that I spoke with earlier this week, I've done that. He already had a confined, limited idea of what it was going to mean for him. But if we hold in sacred worth who we are and allow that to unfold in our commitment. The beautiful thing about commitments is that sometimes we go off of them. And when we come back to the commitment, that's an indication of how we're committed to our new sacred name. You see, we don't have to expect ourselves to be full-formed and revelatory in every moment. Yvette Trujillo last week shared the importance of allowing ourselves to have a doubt. That was an amazing service, too. I was just so moved by her talk last week. That shows us that there is in oneness wholeness. There's not only the wonderful new affirmations that we have, there's also the doubts that we hold. There's also the possibility that we don't meet up to the commitment every single time. We get to recommit. That's the beauty of a commitment. I get to recommit. Ooh, I'm off course. Let me get back on course. So the reason why we use a white stone has to do with this particular passage that comes from Revelation. I got to agree with somebody out there is thinking this. That's kind of weird. Just that one passage from that strange last chapter of the Bible? Yeah, I would agree with you. So what would you like to do with that? Would you like to let it be something that, oh, okay, so that's weird, I'm going to dismiss it? Or would you like to be mysterious and curious? Would you be open to a new possibility, a new way of being, a new way of seeing? So let's commit right now to being who that secret new name is. Now, it might be a regular name. And there has been a few passages in Scripture that have pointed to the importance of shifting from one name to a new name. Charles Fillmore, who is the co-founder of the Unity Movement, once wrote, "We read that Jacob's name was changed to Israel, Simon's to Peter, and Saul's name was changed to Paul. The change of name applies to everyone who changes from sense to spirit."
All right, but wait, Gio, does this mean I'm going to get, like, instead of Michelle, it's going to be Diana or something like that? Or is it going to be like a quality I'm supposed to step into?
So the answer to your question is, I love either or questions because my response is generally both and. Yes, if you get a new name, if you're going to be Diana now, go with what Spirit is telling you. Listen to the wind words. Are you awake? Are you listening? Or is it a quality? Is it life? Is it elimination? Release? Is it wonder? Is it a principle like curiosity? What is inspiring you today? Now, the other question about this white stone has to do with what it represents. In the time of Jesus, when someone would have read this from the Revelation of John, they would have known that this white stone is representative of innocence. What we believe in religious science, what we affirm and recognize in Unity is that all of us are born in perfection. Each of us is born in innocence. Now we glom other things on top of that, but what we remember is the truth of our divine nature. So you see, this white stone represents a clean slate, a brand new chalkboard that's been erased. It's a brand new open place for you to declare your new name, your new identity. At the time of Jesus, courts of law would give a white stone to anyone who was proven innocent. It was essentially like a document to indicate their innocence. This is true of those who were once in slavery as well. Anyone who once lived as a slave would be given a white stone to prove their freedom. So this is the reason why we're using a white stone, not only for our divine nature, our innate, inherent innocence, but also in order to represent our freedom. That freedom is how we can move into whatever inspiration we received this morning. It's also the way that we can step into whatever inspiration we receive next week when we're driving down I-25 and the voice speaks to us and tells us, move to Hawaii. And even if you think that's crazy, it might be a good idea, especially if you're actually hearing that. Now recognize that there's a lot of suggestions that I've put in here, but I want you to be open to Spirit as you see the life that's living in you. There is a divine desire that's waiting to be expressed in your whole life. Yet you've made safe choices. Yet you've believed you were broken. There is a divine desire that's emanating in your life. Yet you lived within the assurance that 2 + 2 is equal to 4. And it's given you some good stuff. You've gotten some really great things from living within those confines. But if you're courageous enough to burst outside of them this morning, today, in this next week, in this next year, what an amazing world we could all create. What an amazing world you could live in. This morning, I'm going to ask you to join with me in an affirmation. It has to do, no, I'm going to do that later. I'm not going to do that now. So in regard to our divine nature, I would ask that we consider something that is from a letter that the Apostle Paul wrote to some of his friends at a church in Corinth. This is a passage known as 2 Corinthians 5, verse 17. This comes from the Voice translation, which is my second favorite translation. You're getting to see two of my favorite translations this morning. Therefore, if anyone is united with the Anointed One, that person is a new creation. The old life is gone, and see, a new life has begun.
No. I'm taught that I am an expression of the one. What does that mean?
Yeah.
Now I'm united, what, like I wasn't before?
Mm-hmm. Thank you for pointing out that it sounds like I'm contradicting myself by using this passage. Yeah, this is so beautiful because there's an important word there. It says, if anyone is united with the Anointed One. You have to meet some qualifications before you can reach your innocence, right? If. No, that's not what that actually says. It's not what it actually means. If means that if you are aware that you are united with the Anointed One. None of us require a court of law in order to know our innocence. What we have to do is bring the awareness of how we are perfect in the eyes of God, perfect in our present state of being. We have to bring that awakening and that embodiment of who we truly are as divine beings. There are so many messages out there and in us that tell us that we're limited. What the invitation of this passage is to recognize that you are united with the Anointed One. Now, some of you who have had just a little bit of religious education know that the Anointed One is the Christ. Oh, now we're bringing up Christian stuff. I don't know if I can go here this morning. Let's go with what was likely what Jesus was speaking to. When he told the Pharisees and the Sadducees that they were limiting the very people who were seeking God, he admonished them and told them, stop doing that. It might be one of the many things that got him killed, but it's also the very thing that's the center of his message. You are perfect in the eyes of God. All of the things that you have done have never limited you nor separated you from the love that you are meant to be. So this clean slate, this white stone, this open new space is where you will live in your inspiration of who you are called to be in this next year, in these next few minutes, in this next month. By the way, I want to mention that Centers for Spiritual Living has a theme for 2026. That theme is open at the top. And when I first read that, I thought, I don't really understand that. What does that mean, open at the top? What that means for me is that I get to open myself to see that the limited mind, tiny mind, is not going to open me to the wonder and magnificence and divinity that I'm meant to be. Let's open ourselves at the top in order to raise ourselves to the top of capital M mind. The theme for January for Centers for Spiritual Living is Ancient Wisdom, New Thought. So we're using these passages from the Bible, from Scripture, in order to recognize what they have to do with you and with me in 2026. It's all fine, well, and good that Paul wrote a bunch of letters and that some people made some accounts of Jesus' life. But what does it have to do with me? Well, I'm very, very curious about that, and I want to invite you into that curiosity too. How can it bring us into living a life abundant? How can it open us into a state of wonder and a place of openness, a place where we're open at the top? Now, somewhere within my keynote, my PowerPoint, there's an affirmation. I don't know if you can see that, but I'm hoping that we can find, oh, look at that. There it is. I'm going to ask you to join with me to declare this for yourself and for who you are in these next few weeks, in these next few months, as a divine, magnificent being. Join with me to declare this. Let's do it out loud together. I am one with God. I am open to divine guidance. So you see, you're open at the top, and you're also living within ancient wisdom and new thought. The ancient wisdom is meant to invite every one of us into an awakening and an awareness of new thought. So, you know, I mentioned that I loved Yvette Trujillo's talk because she speaks to wholeness. And I know that within me, I've oftentimes, in affirmations, I've wondered, you know, am I? But I want to recognize a spiritual pathway that acknowledges our divine ability to create our lives. And that pathway is known as A Course in Miracles. And one of the lessons that I just recently did, again, because I try to do the lessons every single year, is lesson 2. I have given everything I see all the meaning that it has for me. Now, the lesson actually reads, I've given everything that I see in this room, from this place that I'm sitting, on this street, all the meaning that it has for me. Do you recognize how you have done that in your life? You might have faced a setback or a difficulty, but what happened as a result of that setback is that you moved into a greater way of being. You tapped into your divine nature in order to overcome that setback. Unfortunately, some of us have faced some setbacks from time to time, We've been told we were broken. We believed that we were broken, and we continued to live that way. This morning, it's an invitation for you to recognize that I did that. I want something more. I deserve something more. So I want to step into my divine nature in order to live higher, live greater, live in a new life. If everything that you see has given you all the meaning that it has for you, then you can change your mind. You can shift in a new way. You know, one of the beautiful things about unity and also religious science is that we teach prayer. And here's the interesting thing, because I've had some education not only in religious science, but I've also had some education in unity. That's how I became a Rev. But when it comes down to prayer, it comes down to change your mind, change your thoughts, change your feeling, open up your heart. Let's open up our heart in order to live the greatest life that we're meant to live. Now, I mentioned a couple of times that I'm really excited. I was very excited about the lesson last week, and Yvette Trujillo said something that I put into my phone immediately after she said it. I recounted it and rewinded it in my mind. And what she said was, familiar discomfort feels safer than unfamiliar freedom.
I can relate to that. That reminds me of the trauma I experienced in 2024 that I've been reliving over and over and over and over and over again, right? Even though it makes me feel awful, but it's familiar. And then in working with you in preparing for today, I finally got it. Wait, I can put a pin in that. I can stop that. I don't have to continue to identify with that trauma, with that pain. It was familiar, right? But I can stop and I can be open to learning from that experience and allowing something new to express through and as me. And yeah, it's going to be unfamiliar. It is. But I'm willing to do it.
You may not know exactly where the next step is supposed to be.
That reminds me of the Indiana Jones leap of faith scene, right? Where he's got his dad's voice in his head telling him where he is, and it's the chasm he has to cross, but there's no bridge, there's no way to get across, right? And yet he trusts in the wisdom of his father, and he steps his foot out, and as he does, the bridge, one step at a time, not the whole bridge, just one step at a time, shows up. So yes, that reminds me I have to step out in faith in expressing the truth of what Spirit is guiding me into.
So please do not let this statement discourage you. Allow it to encourage you. Do not let your past experiences discourage you. Allow them to recognize how you're creating your life by your divine nature. And if you can do that, just imagine what else you could possibly do. Oftentimes, we gather information in order to confirm our suspicions. In 2024, it became obvious to all of the congregation at Unity Windward, where I was serving, and me, that we no longer had the funds in order to continue. It was time for us to go online and to allow the spiritual community as we had seen it to be released and let go. I was crushed. I was heartbroken. I even misused, abused my divine nature in order to tell myself that that was how I could prove my brokenness, that I was no longer of value. Now, it's in complete contradiction to what we teach, or is it? If nothing else, I needed that experience in order to recognize my divine power and to also come home. You've probably seen pictures of Hawaii. It's an amazingly beautiful place. But since you're here, I'm going to realize that you've probably seen more than pictures of the desert Southwest. You've probably done more than just looked on the internet at a view of the Sandia Mountains. You've probably been there. Not only have you seen it from the west side, you've gone up to the amazing beauty that we live in right now. I've come home, and I'm wondering what's next. From the time that I arrived in August of 2010 until June of 2011, when I accepted the leadership position at Unity Windward, I didn't know what was next. I was just studying, and I was just taking the classes and doing the things in the service that I was supposed to be doing in the service of this community that I was in. But I didn't know how to define myself. So once I got a definition, I took on that definition, and my new name was Rev Geo Downer. Just as Charles Fillmore mentioned that others have changed their names, such as Simon to Peter, and Saul to Paul, Jacob to Israel, some of you might know me as George. In Unity, I became Geo. And I'm not suggesting that you have to use that inspiration to determine what your name can be, but what would you like to move into today? Move into in the truth. As far as ancient wisdom is concerned, there is a poet that is the favorite of many people in Unity, and the poet who's also the favorite of many people in Centers for Spiritual Living, his name is Jalaluddin al-Rumi, and he wrote a poem once. There's a passage that I'd like to share with you. Blessed is anyone who knows who he or she really is and builds a place to live there. What we're looking at this morning is recognizing your divine nature and your divine power. Are you willing to build a place to live there? The title of our talk has a subtitle, All Things Are Made New. Here's what's important about that passage, about that title. It's based in a scripture that we mentioned earlier from 2 Corinthians, all things are made new. Here's the thing. All things have always been new. You have a clean slate and an open life and an open world in order to define what your next experience is. So you're always in this generative, powerful, God-informed life. So let's take some time now to tap into that. Dr. Coleman is going to be leading us in a time of meditation in order for you to hear the wind words.
So I'm going to invite you. Can we dim the lights a little bit? I don't know who does that. So I'm going to invite you to get present to this now moment. If your legs are crossed, to uncross them and let the floor support you. Feel the floor pushing back on you. Feel the chair supporting you as you show up in this now moment. I'm going to invite you to put your attention in the area of your heart. And imagine breathing in and out through your heart or chest area. Breathing in a little bit slower and a little bit deeper than usual. Find an easy rhythm that's comfortable. Activate feelings of kindness, generosity, deep listening, and allow those heart qualities to wash over you. I'm going to invite you to ask the question, what quality is ready to express through and as me? What new name, what am I willing to step into living this year? And now that we've asked the question, I'm going to give your mind something to focus on. And an answer, a word, a phrase, something may drop in as we give the mind something to focus on. When you hear those when words, that is what you are to write on your stone. So I invite you to bring up an experience, a time of being loved on or loving another. Maybe you were a child with a beloved elder. Maybe you were the elder with a child. Maybe you were an adult with an adult friend. It doesn't matter. Maybe you were in nature with a pet. See that memory that activates your heart, feelings of being loved and loving one another, being accepted as you are. And as that memory plays out in your mind's eye, bring on as many senses as possible. If you were in nature, was the wind blowing on your face? Did you hear the birds chirping? Could you smell the blossoms? If you were indoors, was there music playing? Allow that memory to play out in your mind's eye as you wait for an answer to the question. As you have your white stone, the stone is a symbol of innocence, of openness. The principle is about a new start, a clean slate. Spirit within you desires a new creation. What is that desire? You are an expression of that desire. Be open to what is being called to express through and as you. And go back to the memory. See it playing out. Feel the feelings. Very high vibration. We heard that the white stone was about declaring our innocence. In the teachings of Ernest Holmes, innocence isn't naivete. It's remembering our original nature before fear, shame, or false belief took over. Freedom comes when we stop resisting life and stop believing we are separate from God, from good. As you are an expression of all that is, what quality, what name is that good? Is God expressing? Is God calling you to express through and as you this year? Be open. When it comes, write it down. Once again, while you're waiting for it to come, go back to the memory. Being in your heart, being loved on, loving another. Do you continue to give your vote of consent for your slavery to whatever negative belief or impression you've had of yourself? What do you need in order to step out of being enslaved to being limited, to being less than, to being defective, and to instead embrace this quality that is ready to express through and as you? What do you need to express the quality that is being called forth from you? You are ready. Get clear about what will support you in expressing this truth. And I will leave you in the silence one last time as you get clear about what is being called forth from you for 2026 and what you need to step in to that quality in the silence. And as we bring this meditation to a close, let me say, you are worthy of the quality, of the name, of what is ready to express through and as you. And you're not doing this alone. You have community supporting you in being your best and highest self, spirit expressing as you. And so it is.
And so it is. So we're going to move into a time of prayer, and we'll do a conventional way of prayer. I'm going to ask the practitioners and the ministers to surround the room in an energy and in a consciousness and an awareness of God's presence, God's everywhere presence. But perhaps one or two or maybe more of us did not receive an answer in the meditation, or maybe you didn't hear the wind words tell you your new name. My request is that you be open to it happening sometime this afternoon, maybe during lunch, and that second bite is when you're gonna, that's the answer. Or maybe it'll be later this week when you're in the shower. Oh, wow, that's it. When you're driving on Manal, yes, God is present even on Manal. There is one presence and one power, and that presence and power expresses in me, in you, in all of us, in an amazing, miraculous way every single day and in this moment. We are at one and in union with that power, and we claim inspiration. We claim an awareness of God's divine intelligence already present in us. We rejoice that this is already true. We accept and we live in the presence and power of love everlasting. We live and move and have our very being in potential, in possibility, and in wonder and amazement. I let this truth be. I let it know that it is in truth the amazement and the wonder that we are. And together we say, and so it is. So I'm going to invite you into a process known as a kirtan, which is a type of prayer. It's a form of prayer. And some of you are already familiar with kirtan. It is in the form of a call and a response. So I will call, and then you are to respond with the same words in which I am singing. And it was that one. Once we, oh, the computer's doing this. I wonder. So you know what? We don't even need those up there. We can do this without, because this is not very complicated. And I once again want to appreciate Susan, because she just heard this song this morning. She put, oh, okay, I get it. Yeah, you're a major key. Amazing, miraculous lady. You are an amazing, miraculous lady. I'm an amazing, miraculous man, whatever you define yourself. We sing in the name of the one, eternal, infinite being. We sing in the name of the one, eternal, infinite being, who has many names, yet is beyond all name and form. Who has many names, yet is beyond all name and form. We come together for healing, revealing who we are. We come together for healing, revealing who we are. Let's do it once more. We sing in the name of the one, eternal, infinite being. We sing in the name of the one, eternal, infinite being, who has many names, yet is beyond all name and form. Who has many names, yet is beyond all name and form. We come together for healing, revealing who we are. We come together for healing, revealing who we are. I'm going to do that bumpity thing. So now that you're prepared, it's going to make a big noise. Told you.
Okay, so I have been informed that in the interest of brevity, because we are running late, we are going to be doing the birthday Sunday next week, and so we're going to just move into the offering now. And it is our time for the sharing of our abundance. For those of you who are joining us online, there are multiple ways to give your offerings and donations, and they should be scrolling across the bottom of the screen, even though I don't see them. Let's see. Okay, so those of you present here in the center are welcome to approach the podium to place your offerings in the basket provided on the stage. We have 2 here. Everyone's offerings are essential to our ministries, and we are sincerely grateful for all you can share, whatever the amount. So let's see. Okay, this is the part where we do the affirmation of abundance, which I again do not see up there, but hopefully you know it. So place your gift over your heart and say the giving affirmation with me. I am abundant and I give from my abundance. I am prosperous and I give from my prosperity. I am blessed and I give from my blessings. My blessings of spirit are as abundant as the stars, and so I give and receive generously, and so it is. Thank you.
I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so grateful, so very grateful. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed.
This is the part where I come up here and bless everything that everyone has given. So, dear Spirit, thank you for all the generosity that has bubbled up in our congregants' hearts. Allow us to know that as we give, we receive, and that we have been generously blessed by each and every person who hears my voice, who is either in the center, who is online, or who hears this later. Let us know that it is all in divine right order, and we are very, very grateful. And so it is. Amen. Okay.
Alrighty, if you would stand, and we're going to close out with a song that I think everybody knows, most of it, except for me. That's why I have the words in front of me. This is, I think this was Song of the Decade a while back. It's a John Lennon tune, and it's called Imagine. Yeah. Should we do a circle or just stay where we are? Let's stay where we are today and just hold hands with the person next to you. If you would like to have a contactless experience, just put your hand on your heart and we will honor that. All right, here we go. Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try. No hell below us. Above us, only sky. Imagine all the people living for today. Imagine there's no countries. It isn't hard to do. Nothing to kill or die for, and no religion too. Imagine all the people living life in peace. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the world will live as one.
So please join us in the social hall behind. There is the prayer garden for those of us who may or may not need prayer or who would want prayer. Please join us in the prayer garden. If you would like prayer, there's a prayer box in the back. And I don't know if there's a birthday cake out there. It is birthday Sunday, even though we didn't acknowledge it this week, but we will do it next week. And now we're going to have an affirmation from Rev Gio, our closing affirmation. You remember what it is? I do. Okay, good. It's back up. There you go.
Let's say this out loud together. I am one with God. I am open to divine guidance. And so it is. So we let it be.
So.
Imagine no possessions. I wonder if you can. No need for greed or hunger. A brotherhood of man. Imagine all the people sharing all the world. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the world